So the left-hand one now is your kind of after, shall we say?
Yeah.
Now, all I would say at setup is we could get a little bit more kind of tilted over the ball, get a little bit upright sometimes, just a little bit more kind of pelvic tilt, sort of just tipping forward from your hips there, just getting a bit more over the ball there. Ideally speaking, you want your chest to be pointing a bit more down to the golf ball, okay? So that position, we're a little bit high, which will encourage you to then have to try to drop in the swing, which will cause the swing issue that we're showing, okay? But in terms of the swing there now, you can see where that club's getting there really high in the backswing, okay? We compare that to this move here now. There's your backswing there, there's no movement at all. Now your spine on this was actually more over the ball, as you can see, but there's no real turn the torso, so your arms don't all work. When you turn your torso and your arms lift, the arms and the hands get higher. I mean, they're much higher up here now. The club's now up there rather than kind of sticking up in the air. Now, when you were doing a practice swing, this is where the balance is one of the issues, okay? You just watch the arms kind of come down in this direction, sort of down that yellow line. So coming down in line with the body, and the club is coming down nicely on line with the golf ball. You watch on here now when you try the golf ball. Look at the so your arms are way over here. So where's your balance? If you've got a weighted position or weighted thing in your hand, where's your balance going to go? If the club's throwing over here somewhere, okay, you're going to lose your balance on your toes, which is why you create a little bit of a slice, because you're coming outside this way, which then spins it like a football.
Is that because I was over too far though, or?
No, it's just your thought of trying to hit the ground. Yeah, you see, when you're at the top of the backswing up here, and you're like, right, I want it at the ground. It's like, okay, I'm going to try and slam that club in the ground. And then what happens is you try to hit the ground, because from the normal position there with your arms put in what we call too flat behind you, hitting the ground is now very difficult. So you've got to find a way to hit the ground. So when you're doing that with the shot and the ball there, you think, okay, I'll now throw this club down to the ground. The club now is way outside the golf ball. When you've done that now, your weight's like, oh my God, I'm way on my tippy toes. I'm going to lose balance now. You swing through, everything has to sort of then tuck back up, and you can't move your body. Because now you're trying, oh, I've got to stay upright. Whereas when you let your arms fall down here, yeah, look at that for a golf swing. And that's a golf swing, isn't it? I mean, arms up there, arms working down. Look where the club is there, nicely sort of down the shaft there, sort of underneath the chin, and you can twist. And that was obviously a practice swing, which again we said before, there's no conscious thought about hitting the ground or doing anything. You're just swinging the club. But you find when your arms are coming down this way, hitting the ground was still doable, because the practice swings you're making, you were still making a good conscious strike of the ground. Now when the ball gets there, like I say, could be a little bit more tipped forward over the golf ball slightly, okay? But in terms of the swing now, the torso moves the club away first, we'll see. So the torso's twisting, and now the arms are lifting that club up there. Really good, mate. Really good backswing. Now you can see that kind of right shoulder trying to almost like hit the ground and come forward, and that's what's. Look at the club is there now. Look at the club is over there. Wow. Way outside. Now because of that, your balance now is going to be creeping forward towards the toes. That's where you come across. So you're hitting the golf ball now. Think of like a right footer kicking the ball with the outside of their foot. Their foot would swing in this direction. The outside of the foot's pointing, and the ball then curves like so. Hence the reason why you generally get a little bit of left to right shape with your shot. As you come through there now, you try to come through, but as you know you can't really do it. The foot has to go back down because you're trying to twist. So it's like, as a golf shot, it was pretty good. And like I said, your bad shots are getting better now because the things you're adapting in your swing, there's no sway. I mean, even though we can't see from face on, look at your shadow. The ball never exits your shadow, you see, it's always staying inside the confines of your shadow. We used to have swings before the first lesson, your club would be about here somewhere, and your shadow would be over here. Exactly what's disappearing out the screen, isn't it? So there's a lot of lateral. That's gone now, which is great. It may creep back again. We don't see we are creatures of habit, but that's for the most part disappeared now, which is good. Okay, it's getting that body to move and rotate nicely up here now. But from here, trusting that we can hit the ground and letting the arms just fall down here, not just throw out to the golf ball to try to hit the ground, because you're going to hit the ground more and more regularly when the arms work up. As you said, what goes up, Stu, can come down. So the arms working better means the hitting of the ground is something you'll do. And once you start getting the confidence that you can actually hit the ground quite consistently, you won't feel the need to kind of throw the club into the golf ball to try to slam it down. Because if you're missing the ground, any golfer or anybody for that matter will do whatever they can to try to hit the ground. So what we see a lot of times with people in their golf, we did that when I asked that question, what do your arms do? And you drag them across your torso here. If I do this now and then do a bit of rotation, the arms are very far behind me. Now to hit the ground, what I'm going to do, I'm just slamming my shoulder in the ground. And when I'm doing this, where's the balance going to go? Whoopsie. Now I don't want to be my feet. My feet are going to be the only thing that can support myself on the ground. So once that balance has kind of been triggered that we're losing it, the brain goes, whoop, hang on, let's hold the foot and try and do whatever you can with the thing. You're gripping on your toes and trying to rock back and forth. Arms are going out in front, which is why your path then goes what we call a little bit out to in, which creates a little bit of this blue line being your ball flight, a bit of that shape. So if we can get the feeling that your arms from here are kind of working down this way rather than outwards, then we can get a better contact, a better strike. Yeah? Okay. Does that make sense then, yeah? So we're going to work on that. I think for me, grip is going to be something you're going to probably, for the next maybe month or two, just still have to be aware of, because it'll be so easy that you go, I've got my grip, and then you get complacent with it, and you'll go back in a week's time and you're back there. And the problem is if the grip is what we call too weak, as in too far around to the left, you can't lift the arms and use the wrist. The only way your arms can be moved now is this way, which is going to compound the error and make it harder for your arms to lift. And what you're trying to then do, you can't physically do. So getting your grip in a better position now, let your arms able to hinge and wrist hinge up and so on. The body's going to turn and arms are going to lift. Okay, you're getting that now. So now that transition down with the arms to stop the weight on the toes. Okay, so get yourself on the mat there. We'll have a few swings there with that feeling there. Okay, buddy?